Hello. Welcome to the All About You show with OMG and Friends, where we talk about the things that you think about and some things you don't. I am your host, OMG, along with my co-host,
Silky Smooth.
And Daydream.
It is our intentions to have a studio guest come in, and we will have to wait on him, but he is a native Houstonian. He's a jazz artist, and we will tell you his name once he comes in. But in the meantime, we'd like to thank you for joining us, and we ask that you please join in on the conversation where your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions help drive the conversation. Now, our original topic is check yourself. We will do a short, preemptive sort of version of that today, and then we'll get into our jazz artist is here, and we'll cover the rest of it next week because it's some stuff you need to hear. But at any rate, check yourself as it relates to this particular topic. It's more medical. You know, here recently we just lost Luke Perry at 51, I think, and then we just recently lost John Singleton. And both of these gentlemen had major mass strokes.
Yes.
At 51 years old, and they're gone. Not only did they not check themselves, but now they've officially checked out. So you really need to get serious, people, about going to doctors, even if you have to do it holistically. Just go somewhere. I used to go to somebody called an I used to go to I used to go to a doctor who was an iridologist. I don't know if you all are familiar with what an iridologist is. An iridologist is a natural naturopath person who actually reads your eyes. Oh. And as you very well know, the eyes is the window of the soul. So from my eyes, she could tell me that I was diabetic before I was diagnosed with diabetes. Oh, she also told me about a pain in my shoulder because I had broken this arm. She knew about all of this, all from looking at my eyes. So there are ways to practice, holistically. And
iridologist.
It's called iridologist.
IRADOLOGIST.
I haven't spelled it in quite some time, but it has to do with the iris of your eye. They read. It's a very in tune, clear, acute, synoptic overview of what's happening inside your body from your eyes. It's like anything else. Your feet. When you get reflexology,
right?
There's a spot in your foot that affects every part of your body. So there are a lot of things that we don't know about ourselves that other people do know, and that our culture from Africa, Mexico, and all these other cultures that we have, it's an innate thing that they naturally know about. See, we've been removed from that because of medication.
Right, and we're not the indigenous people anymore.
Right, so we've been duped because of medications, and they've got us on all these pharmaceuticals. But you have to check yourself because, again, a lot could be going on inside that.
Right, absolutely. See, I was going to a chiropractor regularly, and I initially went, because it's like, well, why not? I kind of strained my back, and so I knew I needed some adjustment. But she could tell right away. She was like, "So you suffer from migraines pretty frequently?"
That's right. They can tell.
And I was just like, "Well, yeah, I hadn't even put that down on there yet." But
it's your body.
Absolutely.
Your body.
So I could feel the difference just in my migraines. They were less frequent, less intense when I did have them, just from going to the chiropractor because everything aligns. It all matches
Absolutely.
up.
God did a perfect manifestation of an image of Himself.
Right.
We're in perfect form, and our bodies are well
and we destroy it, right?
By
neglect. Neglect is the worst kind of abuse.
Because you don't check yourself. This is
just like oral health.
This is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Your oral health can kill you as well.
Yeah.
Just getting your bloodstream, a bad toothache or an abscess, something that you've not.
Or
pursued.
people with halitosis, it might not just be.
Yeah, it's something.
Poor brushing. It could something serious. That means there's something from the inside coming out. Right. That's not healthy.
That odor is a warning sign too. That our bodies are perfect in that way. That I'll give you a signal, a certain type of odor that's not normal, and you're supposed to say, "Wait a minute," and go check.
Again,
yeah, not ignore it.
But women, will go to the doctor a lot quicker than men. Men don't feel like they need to go.
But at the same
time, and that's sad because these two men, Luke Perry and John Singleton, both 51, had massive heart attacks that they did not recoup from. They passed away at 51 years old.
Right.
That's serious. That's real.
But that being said, yes, women are quicker to go to the doctor, but at the same time, we won't go until we just absolutely have to
go. Well, because you're taking care of family. You have so many other things in place of that. But, I think a woman wants to know so we can quickly get a handle on things.
Right.
But men innately just, oh, I'm good. I don't need to go to the doctors, you know. And so they just kind of put it off. And I think they said that Singleton, I think, had blood pressure issues, you know, and so that can very easily, you know, manifest itself into major kidney problems as well as a major stroke. But I have a girlfriend that actually had a stroke in her 40s, you know, so it's no longer an older people thing.
No, not at all. I ended up meeting a guy a few years ago who had open heart surgery, and he had just turned 40. And you could feel the pacemaker and everything. I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, it happened.
We had
We had a guest here. First one
was
as
17.
a teenager. Yeah, teenager.
17,
and then next thing, the prime of his life, the next stroke, and
Was
then the
around
third
20
one,
something.
still in the prime of his life.
Yeah, really.
Great.
So
Back
the
to
level
back,
of stress that we're functioning under, the speed in which we are handling things and sometimes not handling things causes pressure.
Absolutely.
You know, but this guy, Luke Perry, I don't know much about him. I think he was on Beverly Hills 90210.
Beverly Hills 90210. He was that 1990s heartthrob that
Yeah.
everyone was in love with. I mean,
Yeah.
I was an adamant. I was a big fan
I never
of
watched
the
that
show when it
I
came
never
out.
watched it.
Ask Jill.
Oh yeah, Jill would
Yeah.
know. Yeah, I wasn't
Jill
a
would
big
know.
fan of
Luke
that.
Perry, Ian Ziering, Tori Spelling.
I remember
Shannon Doherty,
Anderson.
that's
Shannon
where all of
Doherty,
them-
yeah, that's
That
where
whole
they
of them
came
came
from.
out. Yep. That's where that big group came from.
You know, so I don't know what it's going to take. Another thing, family, we need to, as far as the black men over 50, need to probably also be checked for, was it hepatitis C?
Hep C.
Yes, that's major among black men, and it remains dormant, and a lot of times you
That
don't go.
is Hep C is liver disease, is it not?
But see, back then they had during that time from 50, those that are 50 to 60 or 65, they were given transfusions, you know, and so
Right.
you
They were
don't know what
testing.
you got from there.
Right, and when you're a blood donor, that's why they ask all these questions. Did you ever receive a blood transfusion between this year and this year? Are you between the ages of this and that? Because there were things that were done to us,
That we didn't.
there's technology has allowed us, to get better at screening and things like that, so that way you don't put other people at risk.
I don't know if they're better or not, because now what was always difficult were mammograms.
Right.
And that still remains difficult
Yeah,
because
but they've done something now. They now have proven somewhere that I've read that getting the mammograms can cause issues because of all the pressure that it puts on your breast, and that it's not
The actual procedure.
the actual
Yes.
That's
for those who don't know, a mammogram basically what it does
smashes
is
your
it puts
breast.
you put your breast
Yeah.
in between these plates and
Right.
they just flatten it down
Yes.
as much as possible.
So that's real.
Smash.
That's real
So-
talk there.
And it's
So-
crazy because, that they're still doing that because that's been going on for years and years, that's still the technology used to detect and determine if someone has breast cancer. But for men, that's not what's determined for prostate cancer or testicular cancer. It's done in a completely different way, and it's not anywhere near as painful. It may be uncomfortable,
Absolutely,
but it's
definitely
nowhere
not
near as painful.
So
So this is why but this is why women
hook up to the
right. But this is why women don't want to go, or
We don't wanna
we
go
put
do
it off
that.
as long
That's
as
a
possible
whole
because
lot.
who wants to?
No, but that's a lot of work.
Ugh.
You leave there, and then they put the little metal things on your nipples. That really does it.
Oh.
But I keep those on. I think they're fun.
We're
We're gonna go to break. We'll be right back. Little metal things. That's fun.
Why she have to bring all that up?
That's kind of fun there.
Why she gotta bring all that up?
Wait.
Oh my god. And those little metal things on your nipple, they're no fun. No, they're
They're
not.
a little fun. The little nipple, the little silver little thing. I used to go. I was gonna keep those on.
Look at her.
I'm ready to go home. Leave those on.
Right. Oh my god.
You gotta add fun whenever you can. Oh my gosh, it is hot back here.
It's stuffy.
Okay, so
Let me go run out and see if
yeah,
Corey
because
made it up.
I'm done talking.
Oh, okay. And when we come back,
read.
RJ, I'm gonna do a live read for Sandy Summer Clark. You want me to do a
Yes, whatever you're done.
quick? Okay, I'm gonna do 2 live reads.
And so this is live. You just gotta go to Amazon.com and put in, I make a green for you. It's only on Kindle for now. So,
Okay.
So
I
it's
gotta say,
carried.
I'm not looking forward to that prostate exam.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my dad was so
man.
mad because my papa died of prostate cancer.
Oh,
And so my mom, told my dad, you better get yourself
Better get
checked.
yourself-
So, because
30
she had
seconds?
to take care of her dad. I'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll
When
talk
we get
about
on
it.
here.
I'm not looking forward to that.
Was a
When I get
prostate.
older.
I have a young
So
friend
bad.
in my life right now. My God.
Mhm.
He says what he's got. He's fighting on chemo.
Mm.
And he's like 40 something. I thought 40 was very young to have prostate issues.
Well, I had one of my cousins.
10 seconds?
Testicular cancer. He was in his early 23.
What? Well, let's talk about all that after you.
Today's segment has been brought to you by Sam Houston Race Park. Live quarter horse racing continues at Sam Houston Race Park this weekend with 50-cent beer on Friday from 6 to 9 p.m. Post time is 7 p.m. Get a luxury suite for 10 people starting at just $2.99. Saturday, watch and wager on the Preakness Stakes from Pimlico Race Park in Baltimore, Maryland. Special first post time of 1 p.m. Have dinner at our Winter Circle restaurant for just $30 per person, which includes admission, buffet, tax, and gratuity. It's the best deal in town. Call 281-807-8700 or go online to shrp.com. And our show has also been brought to you by Image. I make a great employee, executive, entrepreneur, etc. Professional etiquette seminars. For more information, go to yourbizimage.com. That is www.yourbizz image.com.
And the book was just gone live on Amazon as of 2 days ago, so you can purchase it now
Absolutely.
online. And it's an etiquette book just to go with you on the go. And it's only on Kindle at this point because I think everybody wants to move. It's a very light read. It gives you everything from cigar etiquette, gentleman's club etiquette, golfing etiquette, all the places where business is conducted. So, if you're interested in knowing and being in the right place and doing the right things at the right time, Image will help you get there.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So we were talking about health, and then off air for those who were listening, we were also talking about mammograms and prostate cancer.
yeah.
So we were just saying how uncomfortable it is for women to have mammograms done, and also brought up about how uncomfortable it is for men for their prostate cancer. Now, my grandfather, my popo, that's what he died of. He died of prostate cancer. And so when that happened, my mom told my dad that he needed to make sure he got himself checked, because my mom had to take care of her father when he was dying of cirrhosis of the liver. So she didn't want for us to have to take care of any
hard
of them.
work. That's hard work.
Wheelchair, diapers, changes, feedings, all of that. The bathing. She didn't want for us to have to take care of them that way. So she basically threatened my dad and said, "I'm not pushing your wheelchair."
You know how women are.
Yeah, if anything happens.
Because otherwise that falls on us.
Yeah.
If you don't take care of you,
Right.
that means we have to take care of you.
Absolutely.
So
And-
we want you self-sufficient.
Right. And then that also, you then become a burden to your children. And my mom didn't want for any of us to have to go through that. And so she told my dad, and my dad finally, he went and got his prostate checked. And I remember he came back so mad.
Because of the procedure.
So mad. He goes, I went through, this is all in Spanish, people. I went through all this just for them to stick their finger inside of me.
And,
So,
all the way. it
yeah,
happens,
and my mom, she was surprised. She's like, I didn't know that's how they checked it. No wonder why he would never get it
Nobody
done.
wants to go.
It's very uncomfortable, but these are things that we need to do.
You have to check yourself. You have to.
Women, we don't like every year having to go for our wellness exams
No.
and being basically
Prodded
spread out and prodded and
prodded,
poked.
roll over and bone density tests. And all
Right.
these things. It's a lot, but you have to be up on whatever's happening inside your body. I did find iridologists, guys, because this is what I used to do in my spare time. Would go to an iridologist and have my eyes and stuff read, and like I said, it was more accurate than any blood test. Again, the Bible tells you that the eyes is the windows of the soul.
Uh-huh.
So it's all there. But iridologist is spelled IRIDOLOGIST. And there are books and stuff on it. There's an iridology chart. And on this chart, they're able to do all these little measurements and all these other things to tell you what part of your body, almost like a reflexology, where if your head hurts in a certain place, they'll go to your big toe or someplace that coincides with
Right.
that part of the body. Same pretty much with the iridologist. But yeah, I don't know who does it now. But
Yeah.
that's
See, I'd never heard of that before, so that's really
I've been
interesting.
into this a long time. You know, I've been a vegan, vegetarian 47 years, and
Right.
so along with all that people are now getting excited about, I had to learn over the years because nobody was
wasn't as-
doing it. Nobody was doing this when I was 17 years old.
Right.
This is unheard of.
And I'm glad a lot of that, that's coming more to light, especially because just about everything causes cancer, no matter what we do. Listen to all the commercials for any medication that's out there. I mean, they put all these pretty pictures and make it seem like it's so great, this and this and that, but actually listen to the words. Stop paying attention to the pretty
Side
pictures in
effects.
front of you and actually listen as they're rambling really quickly.
To get
all
that
the
in,
different-
they're trying
yeah.
to get that in. at
To
a rapid
say, hey,
pace.
well, we gave the warning. Okay, well, you say everything like this, and maybe nobody can understand you. So,
That's
everything,
pretty
it
good,
causes
actually.
cancer, it causes insomnia.
That's pretty good. You done that
insomnia, it does, right? Trying to get my point across.
Yeah, right. Those things are real. People think that this is no longer entertainment. I tell
Right.
we give you information here that we put at your feet. You can either kick it or you can pick it up and use it. That's your call. Because again, we're not playing. This information that we bring to you, it's real, because a lot of times you have so much going on in your world.
Right,
We find it more important to talk to you about you than talking to you about celebrities.
right.
That has nothing to do with you.
Right, and see, as someone who I have lived with migraines since I was 4 years old, things don't work as well as you continue to lose, as you continue to use them. You lose that tolerance, and that's with anything. So before, where an extra strength Tylenol could help me out with my migraines, and none of that works
None of that
anymore.
anymore.
I don't take Tylenol because it doesn't work, but also because it's so damaging to your body, to your liver,
Oh yeah, the
causes
acetaminophen
ulcers.
is awful.
Absolutely.
Everything
so,
has something, unless you go natural.
right.
you know.
And see, what I didn't know was that acetaminophen also increases your risk for blood cancer.
Wow.
So, I'm glad that I stopped using that so long ago, because it stopped working, fortunately. But, I'm having to find other remedies and, other things to help with that, which is why I went to the chiropractor and make sure that I get adjusted on a regular basis to help out with that.
Yeah, I never really dealt with acetaminophen nor aspirin because, again, as a kid growing up, I remember people saying, and then being a medical family also, is that aspirin would cause your stomach to bleed. So that was the reason I never took aspirin. And so now, when they're offering aspirin as a blood thinner, I'm still a little bit shaky about that. But I don't do any of the medications, and so you just have to check yourself. You have to go to the doctor. You have to have someone at least give you a general idea, even if you don't follow their regimen of working with it, because they'll give you, like when I went this last time and had blood work, they mentioned, my cholesterol was a little high. Well, as black people, our cholesterol is higher than most. Then being diabetic, it's higher than most again.
Oh,
And then,
most of the most.
yeah, and so I'm pretty conscious about what I put into my temples. So when they gave me some Crestor or whatever it was, and they said take it at night, I took one, and I don't know what happened that night, but I almost had like an anxiety attack.
Oh, wow.
I woke up in the middle of the night. I was just pacing the floor. I was just, and I, so
I'm sure it was somewhere in that
just
ramble of side effects.
Yes.
that
And
was
so when I
possible.
mentioned to
You
the
weren't
doctor,
just- oh, okay.
when I went to the doctor, that is a side effect, is the anxiety or panic attack.
Oh no.
And I'm like, what the hell is
How's that supposed
Well,
to bring your
why
blood
did they tell
pressure
you
down?
that? I
This
know.
was
That's
cholesterol.
How's that supposed to bring your blood pressure down?
This was cholesterol issues. So what I decided to do, family, I always have all these books that herbally and natural remedies for things. So I started taking 2 tablespoons, and I told you about it.
Yes.
I take 2 tablespoons of avocado oil, and that will help get rid of some of the visceral fat around your tummy, and it will also lower your cholesterol. So when I went for this last blood test, it had been lowered.
Oh, that's
So yeah, but I'm sure it didn't lower it as fast as Big Pharma could lower it. but you know.
But
you
you're having
big
any
pharma,
anxiety.
but I'm not,
upset, you could
but
have
I'm
had a
not
heart
having
attack.
any side effects.
Yes, you see how
from
the
all
vicious cycle works? I'm
Yes.
gonna give you this medication to help reduce your blood pressure and your cholesterol, but it's gonna give you anxiety, so now I'm gonna give you
Yes.
medication to cope
To
with the
cope with
anxiety.
So I was like, so you know, when I went there and she offered, I was like, I don't want another pill. I don't want another pill. But
Right.
anyway, guys, with that being said, and I have a friend now who has prostate cancer. I thought
And you said they were in their 40s.
they're in their 40s. I thought that didn't happen.
Well, recently, one of my cousins, he was in his early 20s. He just passed away from testicular cancer. So, and he had that battle for 2 years.
How do you get
So
your testicle? How do you?
it happened. Fortunately, he was in the service. He was in the Navy, and got ill there. And that's how they were able to immediately run tests and find out, and get the best of care and everything else. But had he not been in the service, he may not have gotten sick.
Yeah.
As when he did, and that's how they were able to catch it. But it spread very fast.
Yeah. So again, family, you really need to. When's the
So
last time you
testicular cancer, they have to remove your
testicle?
And they did, and it's still
that would remove your
continued to spread.
penis, right?
No,
Well, I think that would be hard, but
No.
your testicle,
Oh, the testicles, both
Yeah.
of them. Okay.
testicular. root
Oh,
worms.
testicular.
Yeah.
I was thinking penile. Sorry.
Okay, and we are back again. Okay. But as you probably noticed by now, we have a gentleman sitting among us,
Yes.
and we're going to have a light conversation with. He's a good friend of the show. His name is Corey Stu.
welcome
Corey
back.
is a jazz artist, and
Greetings.
and he's from Houston, right?
Yes, born and raised.
Okay, so I'm gonna let.
North side.
Well, tell us about yourself. We haven't been on the show in a while. I know you've got new
It's been a
music
while.
since we last saw you.
I've
Did you
been-
bring us a CD?
I didn't bring any CDs.
Okay, come on now.
I'm raw today.
Oh
Raw
wow.
naked. Nothing.
Oh.
I got nothing.
Okay.
But I will have something.
Okay.
I've been producing, and I was recording in the studio. I produced a new up and coming gospel artist, which later on.
She will come in later.
Yes, and okay. Let me say this again. I've been working with a new gospel artist that I have been producing, and I did a couple of. Just been doing a lot of collaborations. This year I got 2 Grammy nominations on
Oh wow.
Sean
Congratulations.
Alduin's album entitled Creole Rock and Soul, or Kicking Rocks. So we got 2 Grammy nominations for that. It was down there for the Grammys and everything, and
How
it was
exciting.
like mind blowing for the biggest thing in my life.
That's awesome.
And,
Living your best life.
Exciting.
Like,
yeah. I mean, it's just beginning, and still working with Miss Gloria Gaynor. We've been
Okay.
touring across the globe.
Is that our girl? I Will Survive girl.
That's right.
Yeah, I still like that song
I still
because when I
like
get
it.
to a little, yeah,
Ain't no one.
you
Let me
can't
tell
get
you,
beyond that one. That's a song. That's
That
like a
song will
Marvin
never
Gaye
die.
song.
It will
That's
never
kind of
die.
like what's going on with Marvin Gaye. That's one of those songs
Deeper
that's
than that.
timeless.
Deeper
you
than
know?
that. Deeper than
But that's self-preservation. What that is. I Will Survive. That's just
deeper
telling
than that.
you.
You know, I love Marvin Gaye. He's definitely his song. All of his music is very timeless. But that song, "I Will Survive," basically interacts with anybody that has been through anything like changes
Well, that's
and
what
challenges.
I said. It
Life and
kind of
death and
touches
shit.
everybody. Yeah, and then it's a way to survive even
Mhm.
after experiencing something like that. I'm surprised that she was still singing.
What? Oh,
I mean, I just.
there's a lot of people that don't know that she's still singing. But let me tell you this: the woman can pack arenas
Oh,
and
absolutely.
stadiums overseas, and still to this day in New York. I mean, she's the shows are full production.
Okay.
Full production shows. And
When did that song come out?
1975,
Yeah, I
76.
was still in, okay. I finished college.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
bicentennial
did.
class. Yeah.
I mean, this woman today is still selling out arenas. Our shows are huge. Our shows are big, and she don't do tracks. Let me just tell you that.
Okay.
It's full band
That's
production.
awesome.
Everything is on point, organized.
When are they coming to Houston?
That's a good question. Really soon. But
Okay.
she just
So
dropped a new gospel
I hadn't
album.
heard her name.
She just
in a while.
also dropped a new gospel album. She dropped 2 singles already from the full album. The full album dropped. It will be dropped in June the 7th,
Okay.
and it's been getting a lot of good reviews on it. Yolanda Adams is on it as well.
Okay.
Krista's on it.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So what are you doing now? You have the last time we were here, maybe it was a year ago, year and a half ago. I know you
Two,
put
I
up
feel like 2 years.
2 years, almost.
How
Yeah,
many
we've been
years
on the
is it?
air. We've been on the air for 4 years.
How long has it
So
been
it may
here?
have been 2.
Since
How
you
long
been
has it been
here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
Been
guess
about
so.
2,
Yeah,
yeah.
a couple
Yeah.
years.
So you recorded new music, and I'm surprised
Yeah,
you were in
I have
town.
new music recorded. I just haven't released it yet.
Okay.
I'm still
Well,
finishing
we're
touches
waiting.
because I've been collaborating with other
Everybody
people.
else. Well, that's
Yeah.
good.
And,
So did you play guitar?
Oladi Banks, a new Caribbean artist who has a Christian worship album I've been working with. His project is out. Oladi Banks, remember that name?
Lottie?
Oladi Banks.
Oladi?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring him up. I'm gonna connect him with all of you guys. OLIDEBANKS.
Oladi Banks.
Yes.
Okay. Y'all heard that?
One worship is the title. And he, I've been working with him. He's from Anguilla. the
Oh,
Caribbean.
yeah. I have friends. Yeah.
Yeah, so I work with a lot of international artists.
Is he related to Banky Banks?
Yes, he is. That's his son. He's
Oh.
one of his sons. And Oladi lives here. He's an attorney.
Oh,
Right.
okay. I heard that.
Mhm.
The name sounds good.
And he has another brother that's an artist, Omari Banks,
Okay.
and big family. So,
But tell some of the people that don't know you from our first interview 2 years ago, some of the artists that you've worked with during your career before you've kind of gotten into doing major collaborations with other artists and actually growing, and
Yeah.
tours.
well,
Oh, just
we-
brag on yourself
2
just for a
pages
sec.
long.
Okay.
I started doing a lot of recording on with a lot of rap artists, the Ghetto Boys, UGK, Cash Money Records, the Hot Boys' first album, and Juvenile 400 Degrees album, which was the biggest selling album.
Really?
Yeah, four times platinum. And on my guitar and bass work is on that. Back that ASC is like the biggest
Oh, all
top
the hot
seller.
girls know that.
Yeah. When you drop it hot on that back,
Yeah.
that's my bass line.
Okay.
So,
That's your baseline?
that's and then
Claim that one. That's mine. Okay.
yeah, and that's my
it.
bass line. So you're
Okay.
dropping it on that one. On the one when y'all do that. You know how you do that.
Yes, we
Do
do.
that thing, okay. So anyway,
Okay.
but them as well as Jazz Market, Gerald Albright, Mike Phillips,
You did some work with Beyonce, didn't you? A long time ago?
Beyonce. Did a lot of work with Destiny's Child. Did a lot of demo sessions with them. They were submitting their music to the major labels. I would be there with 2 other producers, and we would create the tracks and get them.
Okay.
And
Nice.
Beyonce, she was driven. She was self-driven, and all the other girls, her and Kelly was the most self-driven, but B was more self-driven.
Yes. I know.
Always self-driven. Wanted to grow and do things. I was supposed to teach her guitar lessons.
Oh, wow.
Daddy asked me, man, I need you to work with her, teach her guitar lessons. He had a lot of things that he, wanted. He just really put a lot of
Who's
energy into.
Beyonce's dad?
Yeah,
Matthew?
Matthew Knowles, and he asked me to play guitar, teach her guitar at one point, but we could never connect because she was always on
Singing,
the road.
and Matthew kept her pretty busy.
Yeah, they
back
was
then.
always on tour,
Right.
and stuff. So that never got to happen, but I was able to record. It's a track that we did entitled "Wishing on a Star," which was a remake.
Well, that's an
remember
old
that.
Rolls Royce song,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah,
I'm dating myself, so.
so that's actually
Yeah.
memories.
I know, right? Y'all young people don't know.
So that song, that's a roller skating song. Back in the, but the thing is that one song was supposed to go to Solange, but Beyonce ended up taking it, and it's entitled "Wishing on a Star." So it's on that double CD, double disc with a live in Wembley, and the other CD was a compilation box. It had the audio CDs and songs. So I recorded on that project. That went double platinum, 2 times platinum.
Okay.
Paul Wall's People Champ album, Naughty by Nature,
So I'll step up real
Outkast, Elevators, to we made Goody Mob. Let's go down the line.
Okay. Well, a lot of exposure there, a lot of experience there as
Casey
well.
and JoJo.
So you've been with among some of the largest celebrities. That's awesome. How are they to work with?
Malik Yoba.
Are these people okay to work with, or are they? Because I used to hear, like Teddy Pendergrass was hard to work with, as was, and I used to love Phyllis Hyman, but they said she was nasty to work with.
And I loved.
I love Phyllis Hyman.
Phyllis Hyman was. I heard people. I got friends of mine that worked with Phyllis Hyman. Another friend, Najee Allen Gums, and a few other people. They tell me how she was kind of like mood. They had their mood swings.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah.
But Phyllis Hyman, I was just told that she used to come to Houston all the time.
Yeah.
To Rockefellers.
Oh, I used to love Rockefellers. Oh my gosh, over on Washington.
Yep.
I mean, I was youngin', but I was just so in tune on everything and getting all the history from other musicians and people who work with a lot of
Jonathan
artists.
Butler used to come there a lot. I liked him.
I worked with Jonathan.
Oh yeah.
I used to like Jonathan Butler.
I worked with Jonathan. There's a video on YouTube of us jamming. We was doing like some South Africa.
Oh yeah, he's serious.
Oh,
yeah, he's fast.
You done.
See, only a musician would have faint fingers going. Funky fingers
And
and everything.
it's a piece on
You see how musicians do it. They feel their whole thing, okay?
Right.
That's a spiritual thing, baby.
Well, it absolutely is, you know.
when
And
we on
music-
stage, we
music-
like to be free. The atmosphere got to be right. The money got to be there first, and then we can
That's
and we can let it
contingent on how
all.
well
to
you.
be tight.
The
The
business
atmosphere
got
got
to
to be
happen.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
That's
people,
contingent on how well you
the
play. If your
Right.
money's there, you know.
When artists go on tour, for a good while, like I toured with Scarface, and we did a 30 city tour year before last during the winter, day right after, 2 days after Thanksgiving, and I think that was 2017, and we had a good time. I mean, it was weird, it was amazing. All the musicians was all on the bus, and so you got to have a group of people that just are on the same level, get along with each other, and it was great. It was a great production. We ran into Coolio and all this stuff. See, I dab in all forms of music, all genres of music. So I'm a
You're not
jazz
just
artist,
jazz, but you
but
still.
I do everything.
I'm reading a book now, actually. It's called The Emancipation of Slaves Through Music. It's Matthew's book.
Yeah.
Matthew Knowles. And I think he's supposed to be joining us sometime next month. Yeah, this is his most recent book. But music plays an integral part in all of our lives, even now. Not just slavery, but even now. Because when we all get into a zone or a mood,
Yeah,
It
or
changes
you
everything.
sometimes you don't even realize that you needed a song
to
until
bring
you
you out
hear
of
it and
something,
it makes you
out.
feel so, you're driving around thinking, oh, I'm feeling great, I'm fine. And so you hear a certain tune and it breaks you down because it touched you.
It touches some kind of way.
Yeah, absolutely.
I understand the African people are always been spiritual people. We've always been
Well,
spiritual.
we have.
We connected to the ground.
Well,
But some, I mean,
we are ubiquitous. We
These
talked about this
rocks,
last week.
yeah.
Yeah. Your turquoise.
these rocks, these are powerful rocks. It's
There's
from the
energy.
ground.
There's
We
energy from that
connected.
turquoise. Yeah.
Everything, vegetation to medicine.
We talked about this last week
That's how
when we
we-
talked about being ubiquitous because when we did the show on melanin.
Latino people.
Yeah, that's our
We
system.
Latino.
You know, the
We
melanin
Aztec
in our
Indian,
skin. Absolutely.
Tejas Indian, and let's go down the line.
Absolutely.
We are connected people.
Well, like you said, everything has melanin that has color.
Yeah.
Whether that's fish, plant, birds, volcanoes, whatever it is.
Right.
We have a connection to that. And nothing is ubiquitous, meaning it's everywhere at all times or omnipresent other than
Yeah.
God. So we are inextricably tied to the earth, like you said.
We're the first people
You know,
on
and,
earth. The first people. Black people the first.
you know, you have a lot of people who
I was in Egypt. We went to Egypt. It's written in the stone. You know how Earth, Wind, and Fire is talked about? It's
I
written
know.
in the stone.
Yeah.
I don't
No
know.
one paid attention. They just jammed on the music,
But
but not everybody
see,
paid
people
attention.
don't
When you see
listen.
the pyramids that Earth, Wind, and Fire said, everybody came
through there. They came through
That's
us.
where it's all started.
Well, the genome for DNA
I cried
started in
when I saw
Africa. You know, because when we did the research on melanin, I really felt
It's
powerful.
all
As a
about
black woman, it's
Egypt.
like, we are all of that. We absolutely are. You know, and people don't want you to know that.
But somehow the bloodline of the Romans, you know,
Babylon and all
you know,
that.
Babylon,
Yeah.
you know, they just don't get it, and that's why
They get it. They don't want us to get us.
they
Right.
you know, but you can always outsmart the devil. The devil is not smart. He's gullible.
He's not all knowing, and I think some people get tricked because they think that Satan is all knowing and he's not.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, only if that's your God.
God is all knowing. Yeah, unless
Yeah.
it's your
That-
God.
That's a lot of people's God right
Yeah.
now. You know?
So the thing
Yeah.
is that I pay attention to everything.
I think you should ask questions. We don't ask enough questions. Again, we do this show to let people know what's happening around them and what's out there. We don't do shows on Cardi B or, you know, who's leaving whom from Hollywood and who's got billboards up saying happy birthday. Whatever
People
this
are
girl's
used as
Kardashian.
tokens
This is-
through money.
We're just
People are used to just give reactions. People
That's-
want to get a
we talked about psychological psyops.
psychological.
Yes, psychological operations. All of that psyop to play on your emotions. Who are the most emotional people? The people with melanin. The people with less melanin, they could care less. They're not as emotional as we are.
We're
No,
very passionate.
That We're very passionate.
Yeah,
We're
I
tied to the earth.
passionate,
We're
yeah.
inextricably tied to the earth.
you're connected with God.
And as a matter of fact, I read something the other day. We were talking before you got on about Luke Perry passing away, as well as John Singleton at 51 with
Yeah.
major, stroke. But Luke Perry did have an eco-friendly burial. We talked about this 2 years ago. Regards to death technology, we did a show on death technology, and that was talking about what Luke Perry did. He buried
A
he was
mushroom pod.
in a mushroom pod.
Yeah,
Because
new
that
thing.
help. That's right. That helps take the pollution out, all the toxins out of the ground, and allows you to, I guess, disintegrate.
Basically, you become
We talked
compost.
about this 2 years ago.
It looks like like an eggshell, almost like it's like everybody's now is like cremating themselves.
Well, the Bible does says ashes to ashes, dust to dust. I have an 86-year-old aunt who calls and says, well, she's totally against, cremation. And, she's got the burial plots and all this stuff. And so I use that scripture on her, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. I don't give a damn about no ashes. She went on and on. But, she don't want to hear that. So you have that older group that's like, just put me underground. I'm like, well, God can put you back together whether you're ashes or dust.
That's right.
You don't want to hear that. I'm not doing that. So
Yeah.
it's serious.
I don't know if I don't know. Just thinking about being burnt up. I don't know. I can't.
Well, you won't know.
I may donate my body
Yeah,
to
you're
science.
gone.
You won't
So-
know.
Let's see,
know.
we talked about that.
See,
It's
it's
like
something
science,
burn on fire.
I don't really, I don't know.
You're already gone. That's just
You're
the
gone.
casing.
It's just a
That's
shell.
the shell.
Yeah.
casing.
Yeah, you're already gone,
Absolutely.
and you may
Yeah.
even watch that. But
I would have no choice.
But my
would I?
DNA
I
is
know,
still
right?
present, and that's what I'm concerned about, is what
Yeah.
they do with my DNA
What-
after I'm
and
gone.
that's why we
And I
tell
have
people,
no say over that.
don't
Yeah, what
jump
they doing
into
with your
that.
Yeah,
organs?
because I
What
donate
they
myself
taking
to
organs?
science.
Yeah.
They stealing organs. You know that.
Yeah,
Absolutely, the
did
Black
a show on
Harvest.
that. We're
They're
on
stealing organs from black people.
it. We're on it. We had a show
People
on that.
don't know that.
We've been trying to tell them that melanin and stuff
Melanin.
is worth more than gold. But
People-
before we leave, I want to make sure that Corey tells us about what you've got.
Just gonna break.
Oh, I thought we were just going to break.
Yeah.
Okay, see, I got all caught
Yeah,
up.
and thank you everyone who's been following along on our
Get
Facebook
on here.
feed. Shout out to everyone. Give us a call here in the studio if you have any questions for Corey. 713-789-0096. You can also text us at 833-644-2638, and we'll be right back.
Yes.
Any love problems you got, call me. I'll tell you. I'm an expert. I've been doing that lately.
But
It's good seeing everyone.
yeah, likewise.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, you usually bring an album. I mean, a CD I can buy. You bring one. I bought one last time.
First, baby.
Huh?
I gotta process
Okay, well, process it and come on over. Cause we did. Okay. We do it.
It's watching.
Okay.
Your boy.
I'll hold you to that.
Ooh.
You cut your dreads, huh?
it. Oh yeah.
That's your boy.
What made you cut
Gotta
your
do
dreads?
something different.
You have to. I like that. That's
I
all
got
you
tired
almost
of
wear
it. I mean,
heavy.
there was so much pulling at my.
It's heavy. It has.
And I just started
I
getting
think when they
this
get really
sore.
long, they get heavy.
Well, it's weight. It's like
But
anything.
not only that, the last straw was when I've been wanting to do this since.
It's free. It's freeing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I went to get my hair done. My scalp just kept itching, and I went and got my hair done.
30 seconds.
Okay.
And once I got it done, you know, I laid down on my pillow and woke up the next morning, and when I seen these little crumbs, I put my phone and woke it up. I said, what the hell? It was like dead lights that was like curled up. Like,
What?
yeah, it was in my dread. And I
Do
said,
we need to say something about that? Because that's still part of checking yourself.
I sprayed my whole hair down.
Wait a minute, you need to hold it because we're going to bring that to air because we were talking about checking yourself and being
That's
healthy.
part-
That's part of this discussion today. So
That was
you know.
after you cut your locks off, did that happen?
No, that's
Before.
why.
Yeah, that's why I cut.
Oh.
That was the side. But I've been wanting to do this for a long time. But I kept my stuff clean.
And we are back. You're listening to the All About You show with OMG and friends. I am your host, OMG, along with my co-host and studio guest.
Corey Stutes. Hello. Corey Stutes. Hi.
Silky smooth.
And daydream.
Well, guys, we were talking about something off air because we're still talking about checking yourself and being healthy as best you can. Do look up an iridologist if you are wanting to get away from some of this big pharma stuff. But at any rate, while we were off air, we were talking to Corey because the last time Corey was here, he had very long dreads. And I made a comment just now that you would cut your dreads. Could you tell us what we was talking about?
Yeah, last time I was here, maybe 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
I had recently cut my dreads last year of June, right after my birthday. But, you know, I've been carrying them so long and the weight of it. I kept them fresh, kept them clean all the time. But, you know, sometimes, you know, it's like one time I went and got my hair done. And I remember before I got it done, you know, my hair was always, it was this itchy. I tried to put oil and always kept it oil, but still it was like just crazy. So I went to my beautician and she shampooed my hair and did my hair and kept me under the dryer and had it on extra hot. I mean, it was really scorching hot.
That'll kill everything.
Yeah, well that, so I went home, laid down, woke up the next morning, I had my sheets, just clean sheets, I always wash my sheets. And so I looked, and there was some little dots of residue, what is it? Got my phone scanning, and I looked at it, I said, oh shoot. It's like these lights that was like curled up, like
Wow.
dead, cooked.
That heat.
I
that
said,
heat.
oh boy. So I grabbed like a jar, like a bottle, spray bottle, put like some alcohol and sprayed my whole head. Called this beautician friend of mine. Hey,
Told him,
I need you to cut.
You need to
my
get all
locks.
this off. Yeah, people need to realize, you know,
So
you
I
really
cut.
have to.
I mean,
Yeah, but the
you got to take. I mean, not to say. I mean, I don't know. I mean, anything could happen. You can be anywhere and something fall from a tree.
Well, you know, spiders. I've read, you know, of spiders and stuff. You know, getting caught in the mat
Mhm.
of people's dreads and stuff. You know, because I've seen, you know, you
Well, see,
see
that's
some
why-
thick braids. some thick
Well, I see
dreads.
a lot of Rasta. A friend of mine's
Rastafari?
are Rastafari. You know, they wear nets over their head to cover their natty.
Okay.
They keep their,
I see
their
it with
hair
that big
covered.
green and red.
So that nothing gets in it, you know. They keep it, I mean, it's a spiritual thing. They keep it covered.
Yes.
You know, when we go out into the bush or whatever, you know, anything can fly in it, you know.
right.
Yeah,
And
that's
see,
kinda
the
scary.
misconception though that people have about lice is, oh, the dirty people, this and that. No,
No, it ain't
lice are
nothing.
attracted to very clean hair and clean scalp.
Mhm.
So when you hear people, oh, they got lice, they must be dirty, they're this. No, they're actually, they have a very clean scalp, and that's why the lice were attracted. And now lice jump.
Yeah, but
You know,
yeah,
so
but here's the other
just
thing.
like spiders.
Here's
So
the other thing. Here's the other thing. I mean, I've only had I get my hair done once a month. All in between that time and thing, you know, maintaining. But you know, the oils I use, they're real sweet. You know, sweet oil. You know, have shea butter. Shea butter's kind of got a little sweet. So I mean, things will be attracted to it.
Yeah.
It'll come.
Kind of like me when I go outside and bees
Yeah, you
follow
know.
me. It's like,
Of course.
too sweet. They're good. Dog, you know.
They're just on your shoulder.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Just blew them away.
So I mean, I went a month and then I'm traveling. I'm on planes.
Yeah, that's
you
a lot
know,
going on with the planes and this.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I was doing a lot of touring, so we don't know where it came from. So I mean,
And you never felt anything because your hair was long,
no,
And-
never.
thick. So they just curled up and that would frighten me.
Yeah,
Oh,
frightened the hell
yeah.
out of
So
me.
they get in the locks or they get on your scalp or both?
No, they
places?
can get in your. They can get in your.
They have
They can get in your
attached to
scalp. They can get a
strands.
strap to.
Oh,
They can
yeah,
get in
yeah,
your
yeah.
dreads.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so they getting
Yeah,
yeah.
but
So,
it don't.
I think hair is a perfect environment for them, I guess.
Yeah, so I mean, I shampoo my hair like once a week. So I've been wanting it like this, so it was just confirmation.
It just gave
It's
you
like,
it's time to something
forget it,
new.
I'm
It's
gonna
time,
cut
it's time to do something new.
Yeah,
Our engineer has beautiful dreads.
Oh, his are nice.
Yeah.
I know. It's
Yeah.
always nicely done. Such a handsome.
yeah.
Fresh.
I wore dreads for a long time, and I don't miss it.
So none of your like Samson, none of your power, none of your strength is
No,
gone because you
I
cut
was
your hair.
excited to cut it, and I took pictures. And I got everything in the bag.
The hair.
And out, yeah.
I
If
did
I
that.
could sell it like weed, like y'all buy the weed.
I don't buy no weave. I don't do
The
weave.
folks, some of them folks buy the weed from them Korean
Indians and
folk.
Korean.
Yeah, maybe I can get sell like $2 a dread.
Well, you know they do have.
They
Have y'all
come
seen
to
the
make
videos
wigs.
where
They
they
come to
actually
make
men
wigs.
weave?
Anybody want to buy
Oh,
some
I did see
They have
men.
dreads? I
weaves.
got some fresh dreads. Holla at me.
I did see some men getting
Yeah, I've seen the video.
$2 a dread. I got over.
Yeah, that's sewn in. It's a sewn in that they were getting men a full head, and then it was matter of fact it was dreads that
So
they
they
were
make
getting.
That's
Dreads sewn in?
Yes.
Yeah.
The man was completely bald. He was from here,
I saw it on
bald.
So they're making
And so, I
That
mean,
makes
the
money.
wig, the cap, I mean, all of it. And they even shaved it. I mean, it
Yes,
was
sir. You had a question.
Looks like
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't believe
like
it.
from the Black Panther.
Yeah.
What's his name? What is his
Oh,
name?
sure.
Character. But he had the ponytail of dreads on top, and it was shaved down on the sides. He had a fade on the
yeah,
side.
fade on the side.
They replicated that exact same hairdo on a bald man.
6.
They did. I saw it. It was on the internet.
Yep.
Really?
6 o'clock.
Wow. That's a lot. Well, I
So
guess
you never know. So ladies, the same way that men like to pull hair, make sure you get to pull in hair too, so you can.
Yeah, really?
You know who you're with.
Yeah, yeah. And, as you were saying about carrying yourself in professional image, is always it's very important to carry yourself in public in different settings as well. When you go around people with money, when you go to a corporate party, like I was at the Grammys nominee party in Beverly Hills with all these everybody. Like,
Everybody you see on
yeah,
TV.
I think I brought 3 suits.
Never to be seen in the same thing
And
twice.
and I was right, exactly.
That's how that works.
And I had my all black on. It was fly. It was fly. It was cool. Should have been that.
Very funny.
You missed out.
I know. I
Yeah,
missed
I missed out hard on it. But it was
That's it.
great. But when you walk in the place, people don't know who you are. But by you being there, they're like, oh,
You
he's
gotta be somebody.
He's somebody.
Yeah, and see that's what images. You only have one chance to make a good first impression.
Exactly.
So you may as well go in, knock it out,
Even-
floor everybody,
Even
and
if
work the room,
Mhm.
and then exit.
even if you catching a flight,
That has etiquette
even if
too.
you're catching a flight, they will treat you special.
I know. See, people don't understand. In my book, guys, I tell you how to get the etiquette edge. It is an advantage.
I walk on there with my guitar and I don't get no problem. Go on, Mr. Stu.
Oh yeah. See, you have to carry yourself in such a way that you command.
Right. When they sit there and they
Respect,
talk
yeah.
about, look, who is that? They walk like they own the place.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's how we do it.
Collared
Right?
shirt.
Exactly.
Really like, nice, some jeans and some shoes and a collar shirt. You have I would travel with a jacket on, blazer, whatever.
Mhm.
But, you wear that. I mean, people,
They look. Their
They-
whole
they
perception
cater-
of you goes
they
higher.
cater to
How you
the
look.
business class.
It's how you look.
Right.
So I
So,
always
yeah.
wear my shirt and collar shirt.
See, initially when I started traveling, I would do it. I had traveled in comfort, comfortable and cramped in this and that. But then I realized, well, you have to be prepared for everything. So I'm not going to be in my, my little sweatsuit and my comfy tennies and just have whatever, because you never know what's going to happen. If your flight's going to get delayed, if you get diverted, who you're going to run into, what opportunities you're going to miss out on, just because we all judge a book by its cover. We do.
Yeah.
Whether we realize, whether we intend to or not.
Professional.
Well,
we always do it.
And it happens in 3 seconds. The minute you lay eyes on someone, you formulated
Right.
your
It-
overall.
it happens at the nail
opinion.
salon.
Yeah, it happens every. Yeah,
I'm a professional musician. Professional. Think of it.
and see, my book
Think
is
about
for
it. The word
professionals.
professional.
My book has professional etiquette.
So when I go somewhere, they don't know who I am, but they like,
you can't. You
I
somebody.
got a collar
Yeah, right.
and I'm dressed, and
You-
you got
you
my
do something.
earrings,
Okay.
my hair, you know.
You got your
flamboyant, the
turquoise. You got your
turquoise.
energy from your turquoise.
You
and
must
stuff
be a
on.
musician.
They can tell. There's a
Yeah.
different spirit that musicians
Yeah, they
have.
don't know who you are. You're somebody though.
Okay.
They don't know who you are because they always look at you when you walk on the plane and like,
I've been in the airport with fur coats
Wow.
on and women in the bathroom. You look. Then they start guessing, trying to figure out who you are.
It must be somebody.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I am.
But it's
I am
amazing how
somebody.
quickly how your persona dictates how you are treated.
yeah,
That's what I'm saying. So
how you want to be treated.
y'all need to look at this book. The book is really good. Like I said, it's short. It's like about 90 pages. It's an easy read. It's broken down into just the intricacies of what you have to deal with on a professional basis every day.
Mhm.
And so a lot of people have forgotten thank you, and we did a show on uncommon courtesy because people are rude.
Ooh. I had the door open for this lady one time. What was that, the other day?
People
and
make you
two
want to slam the
women
door
just
on you.
walked through. I opened the door. They both walked in.
Didn't say anything.
Didn't say
No.
thank you
They don't care.
or nothing.
I even have that. Please and thank you. You can't go wrong with. Even
Yeah.
But
You
people
can't
like that
even,
make
people
you
used
want
to
to
They make you want
slam
to
the
hit them
door
in the
on
head
them.
too.
See,
You
understand?
gotta give me the pleasure of talking about this.
And you sure can. Well, it's
Yes.
up now. It's active on.
This is on Amazon, and this is OMG's Opus. Image. I make a great employee, executive, entrepreneur, professional etiquette by the Manners Maven.
Yes, I have trademarked.
Mary
this.
Gath, that's right. And it is on Amazon.com. I hope you check her out. It's an electronic book, so
It's only
please
Keep a
please
pepper
get it.
in your
I'm going to
mouth.
give more of talk about it a little bit more next week, but we wanted you to see her work, her opus, and take advantage of that. It's like she said, I find that when I walk into a room and I'm the first to say hello, things happen.
Because you have just brought the energy.
I
you brought
broke the
energy.
ice. I initiated things, and this book talks about that.
And that's
So-
exactly
Right, and really quickly, if you have never had the opportunity or the privilege to walk into a space and feel the room part for you,
Yes.
that
Like the Red Sea.
man,
Take it out
that
of the
feeling
way.
right there
Yeah.
really just does something for you. So if you've never had that opportunity to experience that, you need to have that at least once in your life.
And this is absolutely part of living your best life. This is part of your best life because you want to put your best foot forward and let people see what you want them to see, not what they've heard about you.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we're going to wrap her up. Today's show was brought to you by Image. I make a great employee executive etiquette training seminars where life skills meet social graces. Please check out her website. For more information, please reach out to www.yourbizimage.com. That's www.yourbizzimage.com for more information.
And thank you everyone who's followed along on our Facebook page, who given us shout outs and everything. Thank you so much for following along. Remember, just because the show ends does not mean that the conversation ends. So hit us up on Facebook at OMG and Friends. You can also follow along on Twitter at All About You Show, and also contact us on our website. Check out our past shows and our past guests. And for more, we also have Corey's information on there. And when his new album drops, once that process is complete,
Yes.
we'll definitely have that on there, and that's www.allaboutyouShow.info. That's all about you, the letter U.info.
Now you will keep us informed as far as the gospel
Yeah, my
artists
gospel
and coming
artists.
back in.
Yeah, I'm going to be connecting with y'all and stay tuned.
Okay.
They will be on the show.
All right.
Yeah, make us one of your tour stops.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And on that
yeah.
note, guys, we appreciate you joining us for the show. Next week, we're going to do the major part of check yourself. But in the meantime, always check your health.
All right. Have a good week.
This leads to good wealth.
Absolutely.
Good health is
That's more valuable than money.
That's
Good
what my
health.
mother said.
Yeah,
She
good health
says
is
when you
valuable.
have your health, you are rich.
You are wealthy, that's
Yeah.
for sure.